and baloney, kicking it like a rolling, chilling with my homies. Chicken wing, hot dog and baloney, kicking it like a rolling, chilling with my homies.
Welcome to the Other 98% podcast, brought to you by the worst arm wrestler in the world. And tonight I have two special guests,
Cali,
PJ Foley and his daughter, Cali.
come here. Pop your head in for a second.
Hi, Cali.
Say hi.
Hi.
All right, we'll talk to you in a minute. And this is our friend Bella. She's going to get into it a little bit too.
Okay.
Hi, Bella. Now,
Ryan says hi.
if you guys don't know who Cali is, there's a lot of footage of her out there arm wrestling people like Toddzilla, Paul Lynn,
Yeah.
Ron Bath, the
Yeah.
whole crew, Travis,
She definitely got
everybody. She's more well known than anybody else that I've interviewed.
She did.
Yeah.
She definitely she got more famous than I did quick, and I wrote her curtails into it, so now people kind of know who I am for my daughter.
Oh, those videos blew up, man. That was great.
Yeah. She's fun, man. She loves it. She honestly is like, we make her wait her turn at practice, and she was pacing until we let her in. She
That's
rolls
awesome.
around with her little stool,
Yeah.
and pops it open, and she's just ready. She's back pressure champion.
It's funny because when I interviewed Warren Raber, his daughter kept jumping in, which reminded me of you. And
I
Cali.
watched that one as well. Yeah.
So I was like, oh, maybe a future, father versus father, daughter versus daughter.
Yeah, Warren's got to put on a couple pounds, but
Yeah.
he always looking hungry over there. But she'd be down. She'd be
That's
down.
funny.
I actually sent the link of the interview, at about the 24-minute mark. You guys were talking about her, so I sent it to her mom.
Oh, that's cool.
She was listening to it, and Callie walks by, and she's like, "Are they talking about me?"
That's awesome.
They're like, "Yeah," and then she's like, "I'm famous." And I was like, "Yes."
Is it weird living in her shadow?
I mean, she's small, but she casts a big shadow for sure.
For sure, man.
I mean, she's got more table time with pros than I do. I pull with Toddzilla, and I think that's about it. I mean,
she got the whole crew that day.
I live pretty close in my perspective. An hour and a half ain't that far to travel to that. So like when those guys get there and it's their first time there, I know everybody else wants to pull with them, so I let them go.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
I know the next big practice I'm gonna be there.
Yeah.
So
I always feel like
to go Saturday, but unfortunately.
Yeah, and I always feel like I'm not at a level that like they're just gonna be like, I mean,
remember
probably not, but
you and I pulled.
Yeah, we did pull. Yeah, that was fun.
It was a good time.
I told you I was the worst arm wrestler in the world.
I mean, I wouldn't say that, but yeah.
It's a good time though. Those practices are so epic, dude.
They're fantastic. Like
they were
we make sure not to miss them. If they're going on, we can't make all the Thursday practices because an hour and a half and 3 hours in a night when you got to work the next day is not fantastic. But any big Saturday practice, we make sure.
I'm the same distance, just the opposite direction.
Right.
So, but there was supposed to be one. Possibly this
Saturday.
Weekend.
It was supposed to be Saturday. We were planned on going. We was gonna be there. Bright and early. Dude. Definitely.
COVID's ruining a lot of good things.
It definitely is.
So how long have you been arm wrestling?
I think I just passed the year mark.
Oh, nice.
I think so. Like I reached out to a bunch of people around me. So I mean, I got like my banner poster back here with all my sponsors on it.
Good.
So basically, I wanted to get started. I'm kind of small town, so I reached out to a couple people I know, and I was like, "Hey, man, you want to throw me $100? I'm gonna get into arm wrestling. So I'm gonna build a table." The first guy I sold it to, Rob Randall, he gave me my first 100. So I made my table his company colors. I put his company logo all over it.
That's cool.
And that's what we held our first event. And then, I did the same thing with these other guys behind me. They're buddies of mine from college or that I've met, just in life in general. And
that's
I got
awesome.
them all to kick me like $100. So I started an arm wrestling club and built ourselves a weight machine and all types of stuff. So
that's cool. Where are you guys based out
of? Lusby, Maryland, right out of my garage.
Nice.
Right below me, as a matter of fact.
That's cool, man.
Okay.
it's cool that a beginner can just start their own team, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
So I play college football. I
Mhm.
play at Towson. And when you play college ball, you kind of learn to watch film in a different way,
Yeah.
so you're very, you dissect it pretty high and
Right.
pretty heavy. And we do the same with arm wrestling. And I'm honestly blessed. Like my training partner, McGarren Newsom, is no joke. So
Yeah.
we got, two strong dudes that are strong in opposite areas. I mean, I'm a top roller, he's a hooker, so we got two great training partners.
That's awesome.
He's a former strongman.
Mhm.
Makes almost every practice. Like, we call and talk to each other about arm wrestling all week. Text
Yeah.
each other, and we have a blast. So,
Dude, it's amazing how many friends you make doing this.
mhm.
Like, I met you at Morocco's practice, and we just kept
Yeah.
in touch,
Yeah.
on Facebook and whatnot.
Absolutely, it's such a great community. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember going to Morocco's it was my second big practice up there.
Yeah.
But I think it was your first one, and that was when it was Paul, Mike Aiello,
Yeah.
Todd Zilla.
Yep. That was my
um,
first. Yep.
Yeah, so Travis showed up. It was all them guys there, and like, I'm standing there just talking to Paul Lynn, and
Yeah.
when I tell people about that, they're not really that big into arm wrestling, but I'm talking to them about arm wrestling
Right.
because it's what I care
Of
about.
course. Of course.
And I'm just like, think about this though, right? Like, get a pro NFL player or a baseball player to play catch with your kid.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
And
yeah.
like, Paul Lynn is taking 10, 20 minutes out of his day
Yep.
to answer my daughter's questions and like pull on the table.
Yeah, dude,
Incredible.
he's such a nice
Completely
guy.
different. Yeah, Paul's
He
great.
pretty much comes in every single podcast I've done. He comes up. Morocco's
Yeah, how can he
practice
not?
comes
I mean,
up. Like, most of these people I met there,
Yeah, it's all the same people, right? I mean, it's Travis, it's Todd, it's all the people that are commonly at that practice, and
Yeah.
it's just great. It's Paul, so funny story, they met Cali at that practice. Travis and Paul was there,
Mhm.
and Cali just had her 6th birthday party at the end of September, and she chose arm wrestling as a theme. Well, on her actual birthday, her mother and I met. We went out to dinner, and Cali came with us, obviously, or lunch, whatever it was. And then I reached out to Paul and Travis, and both of them like took 5 minutes and called her, and it was like,
Awesome.
happy birthday.
I remember that.
So,
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I offered them both money to do it. I was like,
Yeah.
hey, I'll pay you guys. I understand it's like 5 minutes of your time. This don't mean nothing to you. Neither one of them would take my money. They were just like, no, just we'll call. So great dudes.
Dude, if anything, they're lucky to be able to talk to Cali.
Dad duties, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Like I said, if anything, they're very fortunate that Cali had time for them on her birthday.
Hopefully one day when they get older and she's older, they'll think that too.
Yeah, dude. But like we were talking about, like when she's older and actually grasps like
what she was,
how amazing that is,
was.
dude. Yeah, and who they were.
Yeah. Like, you understand that, like, when Daddy was getting into arm wrestling, like, you've basically arm wrestled every legend that
right.
There
yeah,
was.
in one day. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, it is nuts, man.
Yeah.
She doesn't realize it, but she does love it.
I'll have to look back through my footage and maybe I can throw some clips of her arm wrestling them in this.
Yeah,
when I post it.
You definitely have to do that.
Yeah.
She actually,
awesome.
I'm not sure if she helped get me, but I'm sure she helped get me a lot of the friends that we had in the Facebook and in the Armed and Ready group.
Yeah.
And then, I had that challenge match with Zach recently. So,
you can't even introduce yourself by your name anymore. You're just like, I'm Cali's dad.
I'm Cali's dad. Yeah. Like,
That's
I'm TJ, Cali's dad. They're like, oh, Cali's dad.
Right. That's funny.
Yeah. She's definitely a character.
But dude, she has some skill, man.
She likes it, and I told her as long as she keeps at it, she will be good. I like it too, because as she gets older and gets like a boyfriend, I'll know which one she really likes, because she'll have to let him win.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, nah, that was BS. You're better than that. Come on.
Yeah. Find a new guy.
Yeah.
Find a new guy that can top roll.
Right. He's got to come to practice. Daddy will see what it's all about.
Yeah. If he's not on the team, he's out of here.
All right. So
funny,
Friday
man.
nights are out for dates.
Yeah.
It's arm wrestling practice.
Now, do you are you concerned? Do you get nervous with her? Like, like she might get hurt, or do you kind of make sure she's like being safe and
more so when she's arm wrestling like other kids.
Yeah.
You know what I
Like,
mean? Like when she's arm wrestling like an adult,
Right.
Even someone that like I don't know. Like when I first met you, obviously I didn't know you. If she'd have pulled you, I'd have had no problem with that, because I know like ain't that many jerks out there that are even
Right.
gonna
You're
like
gonna slam a
beat
little
her,
bit. Yeah,
even beat
right.
her, and much less
Right.
like slam a child.
Right.
And like, you know,
Everybody's letting her win.
I'm not huge, but I mean, I'm a pretty big dude. So like me standing behind her, it's not like most people are like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna hurt this little
Right. Yeah. That's cool though. Dude, the funny thing was her calling like elbow fouls and stuff. Like
Oh
she's
yeah,
got an
yeah.
eye for it.
She got that from Travis because she pulled with him inside like first that day,
Yeah.
and you know he let her win the first one, and like you know that was his thing, elbow foul, you know. So she was just saying that the rest of the day. She
That's
loves
awesome.
Travis. She loves Travis,
Yeah.
and Travis is a good dude. Again, he called. He even made a little video with his daughter and said, you know, we're getting her in training. You know, look out, Cali, and you know, so it's pretty cool.
That's awesome, man. Once Warren's daughter Olivia gets a little more time under her belt,
Hmm.
could be a future match brewing.
Yeah, we're definitely down. We're definitely down for sure. Both
Now,
hands.
how'd you get into arm wrestling?
Man, honestly, like I don't really remember the exact like, oh yeah,
Right.
but you know, like everybody else, I watched some on YouTube. I did it in middle school, like everybody else, incorrectly, obviously. I didn't
Yeah.
know what I was doing. Um, but like, you know, I was looking for something to do. You know, again, college football player, so I have like competitive streak, right? So I was just looking for something to get into, and
Mhm.
you know, team games are great, but it's really nice, like not to have to depend on somebody else,
Right.
other than like a practice partner, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just figured, you know, I'm a big, strong guy, long arms. I
You
figured
got
taekwondo
the you
would
got the
work out pretty
genetics
well.
for it.
So
Yeah, absolutely, man.
yes,
That's cool. You definitely have the genetics for it, like Warren, like tall dudes with
yeah.
strong dudes.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when we first got into it, we had the notebooks out. We're like, you know, recording all this other stuff. We're looking up everybody's stats online, and like, I just remember like my right arm, I think, is like a half inch longer from elbow to fingertip than Devin's. So
Nice.
I was like, oh yeah, this can be great. And like,
Yeah.
you know,
When you
since day
see what
one,
he
I was
can
a
do.
top rope.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm nowhere close to that guy, of course. You know, like he
Yeah.
embarrassed me so bad. The guys that he embarrasses would embarrass me, right? But you know,
Right.
it's got to build your way up, man. It's a fun way up.
It is fun, dude. It's fun to see the progression too.
Hmm.
But like, it's hard to judge because people you pull are also getting better.
Yeah.
So it's hard to like know if you're getting better. But then all of a sudden you'll pull someone you haven't pulled in a while, and then that's when you start to see like, oh, now
Yeah.
I'm beating
Yeah.
someone I wasn't before.
Yeah. Practice
So
can be very misleading. Like again,
yeah,
I mean I can't say enough about McGarren. Like dude's a beast, right? Love it.
yeah,
And it's so awesome because again, he's a hooker, I'm a top roller. So we're just watching videos on how to beat each other all
right,
week long. And we're just arm wrestling each other. So,
yeah.
you
That's
know,
awesome.
just it we got lucky, I guess we'll say that, you know, again, we're both pretty good as far as stock start. You
Yeah,
know, we're pretty big guys and pretty strong. So,
yeah.
you know,
And like as mentioned in some of my other videos, we live in such a great area for arm wrestling. Like
I
we're
wish I could
so
say the same.
fortunate, dude.
I wish I could say the
Well,
same.
you're a little further south,
I am. So I
so
got the
you're like
I got arm vet, right?
just yeah.
There
You're
is
like
not
just out of the
one,
loop. Yeah.
not one arm wrestler within 70 kilometers of me.
Oh
Not
man.
one, dude. It's insane. There's
That's
nobody down
crazy.
here interested in it, you know. But you know, we hold events at the local bars and stuff, and
Check
some
grinder.
people show up. Some people, yeah, check grinder, right? No, no.
No, but yeah, like it's hit or miss. Like some people say, like there's tons of people around them. Like I'm lucky because I'm near Philly. We have like there's tons of people. Like I can't even
Yeah.
keep up. But I'll shoot people a message on there and be like, hey, come to Philly practice.
Yeah.
And then like a couple weeks go by and some random dude will show up and we'll be like, hey, how'd you hear about us? And like, actually, you sent me the message on Facebook. And I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, yeah. So it's kind of
Yeah.
cool to see that happen,
Yeah.
and a lot of young dudes coming into the sport.
Yeah, it's great, man. I mean, honestly, that's where we've had the most amount of like additions to the club, we'll say, I guess, right? Is like the young crowd. So we have like 4 16-year-olds that come every once in a while, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
that's cool.
And then it's like me and McGarren. We don't have any other adults, so it's like we pull each other till we get
Yeah,
tired,
and then
we pull the
bully
little
these
boys.
young kids. Yeah,
I mean, you know, some of them pretty strong, man. We got some good guys that come down, man. We have
that's
a good
good.
time, and you know, I wouldn't call myself a coach by any means, but like we do the most research, and
Yeah.
I've now put in the most time in the area as far as learning how to do it. So I'm just trying to save some of these guys some dumb time, is what I
Yeah.
like to call it. You know, like I
Right.
spend a lot of time doing dumb stuff,
Yeah.
not doing what I should.
Yeah, why not learn from someone who has already made all those mistakes? Like you can skip all that part and get right to the good stuff by just following some advice.
Yeah, I mean, if I go to somebody else's practice, I don't say anything to anybody about what they should do because they probably know more than I do.
Right.
But it's my number one goal, like not to have anybody get hurt here.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
if I only got 3 training partners and I hurt one, like
Yeah.
you know, now I got
Especially
one.
where you live, you start to limit
nobody's out
your
here.
field. That's funny.
So we can't have that. So I leave that to Cali. I'm just trying to be delicate and not hurt people.
Now, between table time, do you do some like training, any kind of exercises or anything towards arm wrestling?
So when we first got into it, we hit the ground running hard, right? We were Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. We were doing Monday was originally I think table day, and then we were super sore on Wednesday, so we had like a rehab workout.
Yeah.
It was a lot of like band work and stuff like that, and real light weights just to get the blood flowing.
I know all about bands.
Yeah, that's right. Band expert, the band master, Ryan Grundon. So then on Friday, then we would have like a heavy lift day, and I mean, I bought like some knockoff Mazurenko handles, whatever they are, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And a buddy of mine's a welder, so he built us like a vertical weight machine, and we scooped this Bowflex off of Facebook for free.
Yeah.
And all we took off of it was like the carabiners and the pulleys, and tossed the whole thing away because it was a piece of junk. And we basically bolted a table to a piece of plywood and ran it right up to the weight machine so it can't move. And
that's awesome.
So you're doing it right at the table that you're actually arm wrestling at. So we got enough room to actually pull. And
I feel like that makes a huge difference. Like when you can actually do the exercise from the pad where you would normally grip up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. It does make a difference because I mean, why wouldn't you practice where you're going to be?
Right. Because doing it in the air, I mean, it still works, but it's like it just feels more authentic to have your elbow on a pad, and
it's the right angle. I mean, like I don't know how else to like compare it to something else, but I mean, it's the same reason that bicep curls aren't the only thing that helps you in this. I mean, it's not the same motion.
Yeah.
Like there's something close to that, but it's not the same.
Right.
So
yeah,
I would just take that route with it. It's similar, but not the same.
Right. That's cool. That's cool though that you would hit the ground running like that. Because that was
hit hard, man.
Dude, that's the hardest part, or it was for me anyway, was balancing practice, and then like you definitely can't go heavy for a little while after your first couple practices anyway.
It was crazy. I mean, the brachialis pain, I think this is what this is. That pain that I had, I was literally opening doors by just like leaning back to get my hand up to the doorknob.
Oh yeah, dude. There was nights I'm like driving home with my left because my right's like T-Rexing over on the other side,
Oh yeah.
But it's like it hurts, but it's so fun. Like you don't stop when you should. Mm-hmm. Just keep going. Like, all right, I just need a 5-minute break and I'll keep going, and
So our very first like club trip, we went up to Frederick to Sergey Svetlakov's team's practice up there.
Oh, that's cool.
Dude, great guy, right? And the whole team, we went up there and we met our first, like, McGarren and I still laugh. We call him like basically our god. Like if we built a shrine to somebody, it was this guy, Steve Galoob or Galab. I'm not sure how to say his last name correctly, but Steve, you know who you are. And I mean, he's just like 170-pound dude. And Mac and I went up there like, we're gonna punish this guy, and he like did not let us move his hand. It was incredible. So
that's awesome.
That was really humbling. I'm 320, and I was just like
like hitting a wall.
And I went over to McGarren. I was like, "Yo, you need to pull this guy. This is incredible."
Yeah, that's cool.
McGarren, same thing. He went over and was like, "Yeah," just nothing.
It's crazy when you feel someone that has that much power, and you're like, like they're not budging even like an inch. Like there's nothing you could do.
I love meeting up with him every time. Like if I move him just like it feels like a millimeter more, I'm like, yes. It's like such a small victory. I'm like,
big accomplishment. Yeah.
I'm coming for you, Steve.
That's funny. That's cool, man.
It's funny to say that to a 170-pound guy, and I'm like twice his body weight. I'm like, I'm coming for you, man.
Yeah. Dude, there's some monsters out there that you never heard of, and you arm wrestle them, and you're like, where did this guy come from?
Yeah, yeah. And
Same with like some of the little guys. There's some dudes, little skinny dudes, like you can't bend their wrist back.
Yeah.
Like Tom Simcoe, for instance.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll take his whole body over before you bend his wrist,
I've never actually pulled Tom, but I'd love to get a chance to. I mean, I'm pretty sure we've actually run into each other a couple times at Morocco's practice, but
Yeah, he was at
you
one of
know,
them. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, I've talked to his dad. I don't think I've ever actually like spoken with Jesse.
yeah. Jesse's a good dude.
Yeah, so it's a good time, man.
You got to make it
There's
out to one
nothing
of
like
their
it.
practices. That's far for you, but
Yeah,
they have some good ones up that way.
I mean, Frederick, I think was like 2.5 hours one way for us. I mean,
Yeah,
that was our first trip out, and then, I mean, again, like I started a page. I was looking up all the local clubs, like anywhere close. I was like, we're coming to your practice. We're coming to
yeah.
your practice. We're coming to your. I mean, that's how I met
That's cool. Yeah,
Dave Morocco. I like messaged him. I was like, hey man, you guys still pull because the page was inactive for like a couple years or something like that anyway,
yeah,
and like I got a hold of him directly, and he was like, yeah, come on up this day. I was like, I'll be there.
yeah,
And sure enough, it was incredible to go up there. To That was the first place where there was a bunch of guys like my size or bigger, in my
yeah.
weight class. And I got to pull Justin Faithful, which is great. If I'm wrong, which I don't think I am, he's like the reigning Maryland State champion for super heavyweights. And I mean, dude's a
Wow.
stud. Like I
Yeah,
love pulling with Justin. He's a good dude.
yeah, dude.
So it's great to get that experience. I mean, it kind of stinks that I personally can't get to turn out at my practices every week, but again, knowing that every 3 to 6 months, like I can take a trip down to Team Brutal in Virginia, or I can go up to Frederick, I can go to
Yeah,
Dave Morocco's.
right.
I mean, I've even told Paul Lynn, he invited me through Cali, of course. He's like, you can bring her up to practice anytime. I'm like, well, can I practice too?
He's telling her you can come to my practice, and if you want to bring your dad,
You want to bring
can.
your dad? I mean, I guess you got to get there somehow.
That's awesome,
So,
dude.
yeah,
That's
and
so
then
cool.
I speak to Travis every once in a while. Like
Yeah,
again, another good dude. Um, I've tossed around going up and do his training session with him.
yeah.
But just
Jacob Bevel did.
Jacob did, yeah, and I'm
Yeah, with a
super
couple
jelly.
of his buddies.
I actually sadly had to bail out with him because I got a kidney stone like 3 weeks
Oh,
before he was supposed to go, and I was
that's
just
rough.
like, I can't risk like spending that money going up there having a problem like while I'm there,
Oh
and
yeah,
then like then I got a real problem,
yeah, yeah,
So like I just couldn't risk it, unfortunately, and like
yeah.
I definitely regret it. I wish I would have went because the whole time he was there, like I was okay while I was home,
Right. Yeah,
So
that's a hard judgment call on that.
yeah, it was super tough, man, super tough because I definitely wanted to make the trip. I mean, who
Yeah,
wouldn't want to go learn from Travis, right?
yeah. I heard about Morocco's practice from Dave Shell.
Yeah.
And, like any event, dude, I just ask him.
I
'Cause
think
he'll
Dave
know.
actually told me as well.
Oh really?
And then again, as we had texted, like I was the one there that was telling Jacob, like, "Yo, Godzilla's here, dude."
Yeah,
Like,
that's funny that it was you he was talking about. I don't know
yeah,
why. If you would have said your name, I would have known who it was.
I mean, he's probably just a little
Yeah.
nervous, his first interview or something.
Listen.
Yeah, little girl. No, I love Jacob. Jacob's my
He's a
buddy.
good dude. I talk to him a lot.
Yeah, I talk to Jacob a lot
Yeah.
too. Like,
He's a good kid.
great guy. I love pulling with him too because he's getting strong, right? He's getting
He's
strong.
fast.
I love it.
Yeah.
I just hold him in the middle of the table, just give him that little bit of reality check, like Steve likes to give me. But
Yeah.
it's fun, man. It's fun. I like Jacob. I've
Yeah.
told him, I said, anytime you want to come out this way, you got a place to stay, man. Just
It's I tell a lot of people that too because it's just that kind of community,
yeah. Like
Like nobody would
I
be a
haven't met one
douchebag.
person that I'm like, I do not like that guy.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I'm sure there'll
Yeah.
be one somewhere. But,
Maybe Chuck Ryder.
I honestly,
I
don't know if
mentioned
I
him in
met
every interview I mentioned him, but I'm just teasing him.
Yeah.
We've actually we've actually gotten past our differences.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
We are friends on Facebook,
Yeah.
Chuck and I. But like, honestly, like I know I haven't pulled him because I'm
Right.
sure he'd
Yeah.
just demolish me, and I
Yeah,
remember
same with
that.
me.
But
I'm pretty sure if I ever run into him, he's just gonna kick my ass and then
I got no problem with him.
Whatever.
I got no problem with anybody. Like
I can't say that I don't have it coming.
yeah,
So,
I mean, Zach and I had a meme war before we did our stuff, but
that's fun.
we talked out before we did it, and I was like, I don't got no problem. Call me what you want. Just let's not get crazy personal, and we'll have fun.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I think
It's all in fun,
It was great. I mean, it gave me something to do, especially during like quarantine. Like, all right,
Yeah.
I gotta come up with a good meme today.
Yeah. Dude, it's funny because some of these interviews, like someone will mention someone else, like Jacob was mentioning Ed, and now like that could have sparked like a little super match coming up now.
Yeah.
So like, you know.
Oh well, I've reached out to Roger on Facebook, Bailey,
Yeah.
Roger Bailey Lennon, and we've talked a couple times, and I definitely want him to come down to practice. I don't think I can beat him, but I definitely want to pull him at a minimum.
Yeah. You gotta start doing those porch
Let's see what it's
exercises,
about,
dude. You gotta start working out on your porch.
I don't think my long arms. That's not an option.
Dude, that video I made of me like mocking his porch video.
That was pretty funny. Yeah.
It was so hard to do because his porch is actually up in the air and mine's like 2 feet off the ground. So I was actually on my knees and like I had my phone way low at an angle so it looked like I was up. And my wife was so mad that I freaking knocked those things off. Yeah, like I took them off and just kind of put them up there. Man. She's like, "You better put those back when you're done."
That's good. That's good. Excuse me.
It's all for fun.
Yeah, it's a great time.
Yeah. You guys have a team name or?
Yeah, Armed and Ready.
Oh, nice. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Ready there, but we got some shirts, do it all. So we watched a ton of Devin stuff, right? So I know he won't mind because he's all about it. But Devin's our silhouette for our club. So
that's cool, man.
Armed and Ready.
Yeah.
Actually, Hector Beltran, he redesigned our logo from my super crappy job in Paint 3D. He did awesome and hooked it up.
That's cool.
So great dude. If you guys need anything arm wrestling wise, reach out to Hector and he'll take care of you pretty quick.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
He's the man for sure.
I'd like to eventually talk to some people from teams and try to get teams to support each other, buying T-shirts from each other's teams.
I definitely trade T-shirts with everybody. So Paul Lynn and I actually had scheduled for this Morocco practice, which obviously doesn't happen, to exchange club T-shirts. I've got one of Frederick's. I've got one from Team Brutal. I got one from Carolina Carnage, and we pin them up on the wall down in the garage for.
That's awesome. Practice. Yeah, that's a good idea, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, if I'm gonna get into it, I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy the whole part of it. So.
Yeah, this is a sport that's hard not to get fully into,
Mm-hmm.
Stan
Walker and them guys down there are great. Like his garage, he's got pro banner of him. It's real nice. Stan's hilarious. If you've never met him, he's funny.
Who is it?
Stan Walker. He runs or helps run Team Brutal down just north of Richmond.
No, I don't think I've met him, but that's cool though.
Yeah. Yeah,
pretty cool.
He's fun. We went down and did a practice with them guys once. So it's kind of turned into a joke with Aaron Hickson and I. So I went down there just because I had talked to him through Facebook, and he had said something about his daughter arm wrestling, and I was like, "Oh, let's set up a match between our daughters."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, you got to beat me first." And I was like, "All right, well, I'm coming down to practice then. Let's see what's up." And then I think he had something come up, so he didn't make practice.
Yeah.
And then Zach and I had pulled. And hey, and then Zach and I had pulled, so he was like, I want to pull you, blah blah blah. So I was like, all right, come on out to practice. And then I think COVID restrictions went pretty crazy, so he literally couldn't come up. Right, and then now we were supposed to pull at Morocco's, which obviously has now been canceled. So at least now I can't just tease him about him running from me. It's I had dodged a match with him too, I guess we'll say.
So you have a few people that you have on your radar for possible,
dude, I just
little side matches for fun.
I just love it. I mean, the challenge match, I guess, is what we're allowed to call it.
We can't say super, and people don't like grudge match unless there's a real grudge.
I don't have a grudge with anybody, but I am definitely down to pull everybody. So
that's awesome.
You're gonna beat me, and I got no problem doing it on camera. So I'll set up the whole banner and everything. You can come beat me in my own garage, and we're gonna have a great time. I'm gonna get pizza, and we're gonna have a blast, bro.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah,
that's how it is. That's how it should be,
Right. It's gonna be fun. I mean, I'm competitive. I want to win. I'm a trained to win for sure. But I'm not gonna get all bent out of shape and be a jerk if I lose. Who likes those?
Right. Yeah. I know. When you see someone react badly to a loss, it's shameful. You know what I mean? You're just like, no.
I mean, they're hard to take. Shots on the chin are pretty hard to take. But
especially if you think it was an unfair situation or something.
Yeah, man. You have to get Zach on here. He's a pretty
would he do it?
Character. Yeah, absolutely, he would.
Oh, dude, set it up for me. Talk to him.
I'll
See
reach
if he'll
out to
do
him.
it. Yeah,
He's a funny guy. You know,
that's awesome.
talks about his electrolytes were low and all types of stuff from match day. He's a character. Sun was in his eyes. The match was at like 9 p.m. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
that's hilarious. That's good.
He's funny.
That's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Do you have any arm wrestlers like that influenced you in the beginning that you like watched on YouTube or?
Devin Laird, right? I mean,
Right,
who didn't start
that's
with
everybody
mostly Devin
almost,
Laird
yeah.
stuff. I mean, I can't promise that I didn't get there through Juji and Tom because they
Yeah,
were
yeah.
definitely early parts of it too. But
It's funny, a lot of people
100%
say that.
Devin Laird. 100.
A
Well,
lot of
because I have
people
a
bring up
daughter.
Tom.
I have a daughter,
Juji.
so my daughter was watching,
Yeah,
Juji and Tom videos, and all of a sudden, like, there's an arm wrestling one
Yeah.
on there, and I'm like, I've seen that guy somewhere before,
Right.
and then it was Devin because I'd seen
Yeah.
him on like ESPN or whatever when they had those events, and
yeah,
so I just was like, all right, and then I looked into it, and honestly, like, I was looking at it, and I was like, I think I could be okay at this.
yeah.
How much does the average wall champion make? Googled that on the other
Yeah,
monitor, and something crazy like $300,000 is what like the internet said, right? So who
Yeah.
knows what it really was? And I just
Right,
sat
right.
back and I was like, all right, so maybe I'm not best in America good. But I hope I'm good enough to get like hands on like 10% of that. Like 30K for a fucking hobby would be pretty
Yeah,
nice.
right.
So
Plus, I mean, look at all these guys that are doing stuff online, like training, and they're making money. Like they're making a living from YouTube.
I'm nowhere close to that.
You know?
I mean, I don't make any money from arm wrestling.
No, I don't
mean,
either.
I made the sponsorship money, which I thought was real cool. I mean, I made
Yeah.
like $1,200-1,500 to like
Yeah.
throw at arm wrestling. So I personally didn't come out of pocket to do any of it.
That's
We
cool.
used that to like, I bought a t-shirt press. We make our own shirts, so like
Nice.
I tried to spend the money wisely, not just like on one batch of t-shirts and
Yeah.
then like, oh crap,
Right.
I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
sell them and whatever, but
Right. That's a good
now I
idea.
can sell t-shirts,
Yeah.
so I make more money off of the stuff I tried to do for arm wrestling than I make off of arm wrestling.
Yeah, it's not like a solid moneymaker for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a good time. So
Ryan
all
Bowen
that
or
matters.
Devin Laird or something.
Mhm. Well, like McGarren and I, we drove down to, we took the club money that we had earned from an arm wrestling event that we held, and so basically, buy-ins 50-50, right? So the club took 50% of the buy-ins that we acquired, and then 50% of that was used to pay payouts for like the best match of the evening. So amateurs got to get some money, but they didn't get money for winning the tournament, right?
Right.
So
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, like I looked up like PGA golf, right? So amateur golfer can't get paid for winning a golf tournament, but they can win like the long drive competition. They can
like special
win like
events.
a long putt. So I was like, all right, so what if the audience or whatever votes on the best match, and those people should be able to get some money.
That makes sense.
So that was my way around like messing with anybody's amateur status. I don't even know if there's like a governing board. Like I'm used to NCAA, who would be like, no.
Yeah. It's cool though that you're newish to the sport and you're doing this stuff. That's the cool part. Like, because then it makes you think like you don't have to be some elite guy or someone well known or whatever to start your own thing. And get it rolling.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, honestly, like you can build your first table for really cheap. We built it for under $200, and almost half of that budget was buying the real pads from Armsport. They were like $90 for the pad set.
That's cool.
And we spent under $200 to build the whole thing, right? So you can get started for not very expensive, and just.
We got a guy, Ray Rahim. You probably met him at the practice because he has a table that he made the top out of like 2x4s, but open in the middle. So like,
I pulled on that.
And then everybody signed it. All the top guys there signed it, which was cool.
Now it's the most valuable table on the East Coast.
Dude, right. Yeah. Put it on Amazon.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he just started out making one fully out of wood, and then he made that one out of some pipe, and it collapses and it had wheels on it. Like that thing's sturdy as hell.
Hey,
so
2.0 is always better.
He always makes the next one a little bit better and cheap. So a beginner arm wrestler doesn't have to go buy a $500 table. They can, make whatever just to get going.
Absolutely.
So many plans out there for them.
Yeah, and I mean, we actually, again, and then putting the events on is the best way to like generate popularity. I felt, you know what I mean, like, advertising a certain date at a bar, like we're gonna have an event.
Yeah.
And people come out of the woodworks. People just might be at the bar and be like, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you
Perfect.
go to the
Usually-
bar owners and
Uh-huh.
pitch this to them? Like, how do you go about that part of it?
So we held our first 2 events at Buckets, which is a bar like right up the street from here.
Mhm.
The former owner was my high school, like one of my high school football coaches.
Okay.
So I've known him for a long time. So I reached out to him, told him what I was doing, and here's a crowd of people you might not have at your bar every day. Mind if I like bring them? And
Yeah.
of course he's like, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
We set up on like an early Saturday afternoon, like 1 o'clock or something like that, and we brought in like 30 people, 10 participants or so. But they bring their mom or their girlfriends. So there's people there ordering food. So
Right, ordering
they
food,
invited us
getting
back.
drinks, whatever.
So they invited us back, and then they started pitching in for the pot. They're like, we'll throw you $200 or so, and
That's cool.
pitch it to some of these people. That money's getting spent pretty much
Yeah.
at the bar if they're over
Right.
21. You win and get paid. You're like, yep, shots.
Yeah,
So
right.
it's good time.
Victory shots.
So we're actually hosting another one currently. Let's see how COVID does us, right? But January 9th at O'Ganigan's in Prince Frederick.
Okay.
So it'll be the same deal. I mean, it's pretty much an amateur tournament.
Yeah.
The best match will get a little bit payout, and be a nice buy-in. I'll have some trophies and stuff. It'll be a good time.
Now, if someone watching this wants to find you on social media, do you have like some spots they can go to
Facebook.
check it out?
Facebook mostly. So you can go, you can find me, TJ Foley. You can find Armed and Ready Calvert is our Facebook group. It's set to private. I don't know why I did that when I first opened it, but now I can't change it without
really? They won't let
starting
you?
a new one. So
yeah,
we'll stay private. Yeah, it's such a
makes people feel more important when they get accepted.
Very inclusive. Very inclusive.
Right.
So, but we're like a public group, like anybody can find us.
Yeah.
So definitely.
That's cool.
Send a message, send a request to join, and I'll take care of that like tonight. Because
the more the merrier.
Take care of that. Yeah, I mean, I like it. Right.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, so it's great. We actually had so when we first started, we had about 4 people that we would say were the like founding fathers, right?
Yeah.
So it'd be myself, Wes Fancher, who currently lives in Texas, and he keeps up with training a little bit. McGarren Newsom, we met him at the very first event and can't get rid of him since. And then Dave Fisher.
It's like a leech.
Yeah, what a great leash.
Yeah.
And then Dave Fisher, again, he was one of the original 4 that helped get us
That's cool.
going. So it used to be 4 of us at every practice. We got as high as like 8 of us one night. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
And then like we were generating a lot of steam up to our second event, and then had a major injury at the event. So
oh no,
it was not fantastic. It was pretty scary on my part, because I was like, I'm gonna get sued, but I did not.
That's good. Yeah. I know most people like they kind of expect like if something happens like you're arm wrestling, you know what I mean? Like it could happen to any of us.
Yeah, I mean it stinks because it was like a really good buddy of mine, so like I felt terrible, but like he had only been to like 3 practices, and every practice I'm like, dude, here's what you don't do, right?
Yeah.
Sure enough,
oh
no, like
no,
so I
like
actually had my back turned.
Like a break.
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear it?
Uh-huh.
Oh man, I don't even want to. Like I can't even watch arm break videos anymore.
No,
before I arm wrestled, I could watch them. I could watch them like when you're not arm wrestling, you're like, oh my god, look at this, it's awful. You're showing your buddies, but once you arm wrestle, like I can't watch it because I'm like,
I'm so happy to be a top
freaks
roller.
me out. Yeah.
Like
I'm
about
a
the worst thing
hooker,
I'm gonna do is punch myself in the face.
Yeah.
So I'll survive. Yeah, it was terrible, man. I asked everybody like, hey, don't put that up. Like, nobody wants
absolutely.
that out there. There's 12 people here. Like, come on, don't be.
People would get angry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
someone did do that once. I forget who it was. A guy posted an arm break and posted something stupid about it. And people messaged him and were like, "Yo, take that down right now."
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know who that was, and I'm pretty sure it's the same video.
Oh, really? Yeah,
it's cool. I mean, stuff happens, but he did take it down, so
that's good.
No big deal. I mean, he was getting into it with somebody else. It wasn't even about that guy. He didn't tag him or anything, and still,
right? Yeah, just bad taste,
I mean, people do dumb things. He's young.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I know.
I'm not upset.
Do dumb shit all the time.
He's more than welcome to come to any practice I ever have. I hope he comes to the next event. Good dude.
Did your buddy retire from arm wrestling after that? Or
Yeah, his wife was like, "Nah,
no, you're not doing this. Oh, I still
I
got one
tried to
good
get him.
arm.
I try to get him to come be our ref. I'm like, look, man, we really need somebody to just like pay attention to what's going on. Like, it'd be great to have somebody at practice that like that's their job. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we want to have it ready to go. You make it legit, you know. And he wants to
Tell
come
him,
out, but he's got kids and stuff too.
tell
So
him about Dave Shell and Jesse Simcoe. They both broke their arms and they're still going.
yeah. I mean,
Dave's 70,
yeah.
69.
I
Yeah.
like popped my elbow early on. I tried to like press, you know.
Yeah.
Mistake.
Oh, I avoid that, dude.
You know.
I just
I
like when
thought
I
I
get
knew what I
when
was
I get
doing.
into like that, I feel like something bad's gonna happen,
Yeah.
and I just stop. Like,
I don't
"Nah."
even. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate being like in a hook. I feel like I'm being taken advantage of. Like it's the worst.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
top rolls.
I don't
all
have.
day.
I'm
Top
built
rolls
for
all
a
day.
hook, so I have
Yeah.
no choice, dude. Like I'm not gonna be top rolling guys
Yeah.
like you at
Yeah.
all. So
Yeah. I mean,
you
I
know,
got a big old hand. You know,
yeah,
so it's kind of tough. Like I'm gonna stick with that. And
yeah,
I just don't
absolutely,
feel strong in the hook. Like
really,
I'm a big guy, but long arms.
yeah.
Like
And I feel the same in a top
yeah.
roll. It just doesn't feel
Yeah. Well, I mean,
proper.
so I try to apply logic to it with like McGarren, right? So he's similar to your build than my build, right? Like he's a big guy. We're both big guys, but like
Yeah,
I'm tall and you guys are both the shorter version.
yeah,
And you know, it just doesn't make sense for like a smaller, in my opinion, I could be completely wrong. John Brzezinski could be like, "You're a dumbass,"
right.
and I'd be like, "Okay, you're right." But
I
like,
believe you.
it
Yeah.
don't make sense to me for someone with a shorter arm to go
No,
over top of somebody with a taller arm. So like,
no way. I
not that
feel
it
that.
won't
Yeah,
work, not that it can't be done.
right.
I'm
Like
just saying,
maybe
like,
I could top roll someone
not where I
with
would
the
start.
same length arm as me or shorter,
Mhm.
but not taller.
Yeah.
I don't
And with
even
my
attempt
long
it.
arms, I
I
run
don't
into
even
a
attempt.
lot of people with shorter arms than me.
Yeah. I mean, there's times where I go in a hook and then, you know, you get to a certain point and then I can roll right, you know, but
Right.
not to someone who has a strong, you know,
Is
a
that the
strong
exploding
top
hand
roll.
technique, right?
Yeah.
The John Bazink.
Right.
The
But
ploding hand.
yeah, I can only do that with people weaker than me. You know, like anybody stronger than me, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
mostly what I do with like some of the younger boys is I'll fight them in the hook because
Yeah.
I mean honestly like kind of embarrassing like they're a pretty good match for me in the hook for the most part. I mean I usually 90% of the time I win, but
Yeah.
you know it's still
My turn to beat the
in probably like 10 minutes. Okay. Uh,
It's like, Dad, you're eating up all my airtime.
yeah, dad. Well, see, honey, everybody really came to see you, so we got to put you at the end so people
Yeah.
listen.
So they
me
have to watch the
babble.
whole thing. Yeah.
Or at least I got to bounce around and see my.
She's
mug
getting me
for a little bit.
viewers right now.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, her mom was like, "Is it gonna be live? Send me a link." I was like, "No, it's
Oh,
not gonna be live."
that's cool though.
Yeah, they're into it, man. They love it, so it makes her happy. It keeps us happy because it's something to do and something I can do at the house. Like I said, I built the gym here, so we just
Yeah.
in the garage. You know, I'm not out doing things. I'm here.
Yeah.
And McGarren lives right down the street. Like I could walk to his
Oh, that's
house, but
cool.
why would I? You know, I mean,
you don't want to go down a weight class.
I'm in no danger of that. That's for sure.
Yeah. I need to go down a weight class. I'm too short to be going against these monsters.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be going against guys like you or bigger, you know? Like
Yeah.
it's not good. It's
Yeah.
not
I
good
mean,
for me.
there's definitely some big boys. I mean,
Yeah.
even tall guys. Like I've met more like 6'7" guys arm wrestling than I met
Yeah.
playing football. You know?
Yeah.
You know, I met
Yeah.
I think it's Stevie Reeves, I think is his name. He's been up to Morocco's a couple times. He's like 6'7", and
Oh,
then
he stands out in the crowd.
yeah,
Easily.
and then
Yeah.
I think it's Tyler Comfort. I think he's from
Another
Virginia
tall dude.
somewhere.
Yeah.
He's like 6'7", 400 pounds. I mean, he's
It's
a big
crazy.
dude. Yeah, big
Dude,
dude. He
these
beat me
guys must be
left-handed.
able to dunk.
He beat me left-handed at one time, but I'd love to get a rematch.
Yeah.
He's available.
Have you had any match or like even at practice? Have you beaten some guys that like they wouldn't want to admit that you beat them or
No,
you know what I mean?
it's
Like
just me and McGarren, man. I
that's
swear.
it.
Like I think that we got really lucky. So again, like
Yeah.
I can't go pull Ron Bath and do anything to him, right?
Right.
But as far
He's a
as like
beast.
amateurs go, I feel like we got extremely lucky in our training partners, and
That's good.
you know, not to pick one team brutal because I like those guys. They're fantastic, right? But like, I hope to beat Aaron. You know what I mean? And then it's just I was minding my own business. Me and McGarren just here training. doing nothing special, and then get 2 call outs from one team. And again, if I were to beat Aaron, get 2 wins over him, and they're like, how can you not feel good? Like, me and this guy right here that didn't know nothing, training together, and we're
Yeah.
beating people that know something.
Right.
So
You can try to get Roger.
I'm definitely gonna have him down. Like, whenever
Yeah.
he's ready to come down, I told him, like, I'll pay for his gas. I'm not paying Travis money, right? But I'll cover his gas. I'll feed him. You know what I mean? I'll give him some money to get some food on the way back up the road. Like, I'll treat him good.
Yeah. That's
Again,
cool.
I don't think I'll beat him. I want to see where I stand though.
Yeah.
So then when
That's
I
the
see him
best
in
part,
6 months, I
just
can
to
be like,
see.
okay, who got better, me or
Yeah.
you? And
That's cool.
a win feels good, but a loss is almost even better. Like,
Yeah.
I got work to do then.
Right. And it's fun to see guys like Roger progress. Like, you watch some of his videos and he's training more, and then you start to see the outcome of his hard work on the table when he's winning tournaments. And shit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Love Raj.
Yeah.
Love Raj. I mean, I haven't known him long. I only met him at that second practice, and he even pulled with Cali.
Yeah.
So, like, great guy, right? I mean,
Oh yeah.
I don't think I actually even spoke 2 words to him while we were there, but we've talked more on Facebook and stuff like that.
I met him at Tom Simcoe's 4th of July practice when he had that big practice up at the Grove up there.
Okay, I think I remember hearing about that, but
like, he went there with like Michael Kehoe and Miguel.
Yeah.
All these guys that are strong as hell.
Yeah.
Michael
Kehoe, dude, what a model. You know what I mean? Like, so adorable.
I know. Little cutie.
It's great.
Now he's posting pictures of him with his new baby.
Yeah, I mean, like,
come on, Thor, and like, that's such a cool name.
Save some ladies for the rest of us, man.
I know, right, dude? Come on. Jeez. Well, he just sold his table, and he's kind of like taking a step back now to focus on like bodybuilding.
His modeling career.
You need to do more bodybuilding. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not in any shape like that. I'm definitely more round, like you are.
Yeah, rotund.
Yeah. So
round is a shape, dude. It's a shape.
Yeah, it's one of the stronger shapes, actually. That's why most
of you put your weight into it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's hard to get out of the top roll with a 300-pounder on your fingertips.
Yeah, that's true.
You better be super strong in the cupping.
That's true, man. So. I'm just hitting my 6-month mark. So
it's so much fun. The pain's about to stop for you. It's gonna be great. Like 2 more months, and then it just.
Dude, it's already kind of like diminished enough to where I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Now it's fun,
I get sore. Yeah. I get sore, but I don't get that like, oh my god, pain. So
like,
I
Philly
think it is about your turn.
Philly practice, like, we start at 6, and most nights there's about like 5 or 6 of us to stay till like 11:30 at night because we just can't get enough of it.
I wish we could do that. I mean, McGarren's got much better stamina than I do. I'm like top roller, right? So I come in, I'm ready to smash for like 10 matches, and then I'm like, my pronator's tired, and I can't hook, so it's like, sorry. But like, we can pull for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours max, and we're mostly like pulling, stopping, talking about the different things we're trying, like, oh, let me try this, and then going after it again. And like, that's where I feel like we're making leaps and bounds above other people. Like, some of our matches literally will go from here and be over by here, and we're like, okay, I won that, so we're not even like blowing
just fighting for position or
just real minor. I mean, we kind of broke it down to vectors, right? So it's basically like 30 degrees, 60 and 90, right? So like, if you can, sometimes, obviously you got to train the low parts too, but if you can stay out of that last 30-degree vector, we feel like you save a lot of damage on your arm.
That's cool. That's good. It's a good way to train,
when it's just him and I, like, you kind of gotta, right? So
because a lot of guys go to practice and they just want to slam people, which I don't think does anything for either.
It doesn't.
Person.
I mean, I feel like we get more benefit out of like a new person showing up and me just kind of holding them in the middle, and being like, work yourself, and then I'm basically just building stabilizer muscles and working on hand control, and that's beneficial, right? So now you're putting your smallest muscle against their smallest muscle, where it's going to be the most minute of differences, versus, again, like, some person comes to practice for the first time, I slam them 10 times. Nobody learned it.
And they may never come back.
Yeah,
either.
they're gonna be like, my arm hurts and this is stupid.
Yeah.
That guy just kicked my butt the whole time, and
Yeah.
that's not it.
Yeah, I think
You
like
ready? Are you ready?
Oh,
Callie, I think's ready. Are you
all
ready,
right.
Ryan?
I'm ready, dude. I've been
All right.
ready. I was just trying to get through you to get to her.
I'm sure. Well, I'll talk to you again after she's done.
All right, dude.
All right. Here, you gonna sit in the chair, talk to Ryan by yourself.
Hello.
Callie, how you doing, bud?
Good.
What's going on?
Nothing.
So, all my viewers want to know something. Do you beat your dad?
Yeah.
I thought so. How long have you been arm wrestling?
I do not know that question.
Okay. And how old are you?
6.
6? Now, Warren Raber has a daughter who's getting into arm wrestling, and in the future, she might want to arm wrestle you. Would you do that?
Yes.
Do you think you would win?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too. You've been doing it a lot longer than her. But,
Yeah.
Maybe you could teach her some things.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you teach your dad some moves?
No.
No, he knows them all.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad that you agreed to come on this and talk with me for a minute. What was it like pulling all those guys at Morocco's big practice, like Paul Lynn and Travis Bagent and Ron Bath?
It was pretty fun.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Not many people get to do that.
Yeah.
And you beat them all. That's amazing.
Yep.
Do kids at school know that you arm wrestle?
I don't think.
No. Do you think if they knew, they would challenge you?
I don't think so because it's virtual, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah. My wife is a teacher, so she has to do all the virtual teaching. That's tough. Would you rather be in school or do you like the virtual?
I would rather be in real school.
Yeah. That's what most kids say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough doing the virtual, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite subject?
Math.
Math? You good at it?
Yeah.
That's good. You can learn all the arm wrestling vectors.
Yeah.
So what do you do for fun when you're not arm wrestling?
Play with my friends.
Ah, I see you have a friend over right now.
Yes, well, technically her just moved in, so
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Is that your best friend?
yeah.
That's cool.
There's
Very
more
cool.
than one kid.
Oh, more than one, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty hard because there's 5 kids.
Gotcha. Well, plenty of options of kids to play with then.
Yeah, but it's hard because there's 2 boys and 3 girls, and of course Bella over there playing on the phone, and Cameron, her brother, they always fight. So, the dogs are barking.
Can you beat the boys in arm wrestling?
Yes, I think.
Yeah, you probably can. You're strong.
Yeah.
Well, next time I see you, I hope we can arm wrestle.
Yeah.
But you have to take it easy on me. I'm not that good.
Okay.
I'm the worst arm wrestler in the world.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe I can teach you some techniques.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love that if you could teach me some techniques.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Do you have any advice for someone like me that, like, how I could get better at arm wrestling?
Yeah, you could do like a a curl one,
Mhm.
like you can like do that.
Okay. I'll try that.
And then you can do this, like bend down and push like that.
Mm-hmm. It's good
You
advice.
pull and push.
Let me see those muscles. Let me see the arms. Oh, man. You look strong. You look ready. You got the eyebrows going. That's nice. Do you have any favorite arm wrestlers?
Travis.
Travis is your favorite? I heard he gave you a little birthday message.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Yep.
Not many kids get birthday messages from elite arm wrestlers on their birthday.
Yeah, and Paul Lynn had a birthday call.
That's cool.
Yeah,
He's
it was
he's a nice
really.
guy, Paul, huh?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So do you have anybody in your sights to arm wrestle next?
Um.
Any arm wrestlers you want to add to your list?
Yeah. There is. I want to arm wrestle. I want to arm wrestle Sarah Backman.
Ooh, that would be a good match. I heard she's strong.
Yeah.
I think you could take her though, no problem.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna grow up one day as Sarah Backman, the new, great, powerful Sarah Backman.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a cool thing to want to do. She's a good role model.
Yeah.
Maybe if she sees this, she'll set up a super match with you, and you guys can go at it.
Yeah.
Now, do you top roll or do you hook?
I think I do a little bit of both.
Okay.
I think I more hook. No, I think I more top roll more than hook.
How many times a week do you practice?
Um, that's a question to answer for my dad.
Okay, I'll ask him. Do you try to get on the table as often as you can when you see your dad doing it?
Yeah,
Is
but
it-
it's really hard because I play with my friends. But
Ah,
yeah,
they don't understand what you go through as an arm wrestler.
nope.
Nope. There's not a whole lot of girls your age that arm wrestle at your level.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. I'm glad we got a chance to talk.
yeah.
Do you have any questions?
Nope.
I know I'm supposed to be interviewing you. Yeah. What weight class are you in?
I'm not in any weight classes.
How much do you weigh?
Um, that's another question for my dad.
He knows all those answers.
Yep.
What grade are you in?
Kindergarten.
Ah, that's what my wife teaches. She's a kindergarten teacher.
Mm. I
That's cool.
had my teacher's name. I have one teacher named Miss O'Donnell and the other Mrs. Chase.
Ah, well, maybe they'll watch this and see you on here.
Yeah, maybe you know what? Maybe when I go to school, because I can't tell them tomorrow because tomorrow is a day off.
Ah, you're lucky.
Yeah, so I'll tell them on the day when I go back to go to arm wrestling and watch this video.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
gonna be a good video, I think. Because I
Yeah.
mean, it must be hard being famous at your age.
Yeah, my friend said I'm not famous.
What?
Yeah.
Are they crazy?
No,
How do they not know that you're famous?
because her moved in 1 month ago, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she'll find out.
Yeah.
Now, out of all the guys that you arm wrestled at that practice, who was the strongest?
Um, I met Travis.
Travis?
And so what's a funny story is, so I was arm wrestling Travis, and he did a found. I was like, that is a found. He's like, no, it isn't. I beat you.
He cheated?
Yeah, he cheated.
Well, he probably had to cheat to beat you.
Yeah, but the problem was I did win.
Yeah. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good that you can beat guys like that, you know?
Yeah.
Was Paul Lynn strong?
Um. Yeah, he was a little too weak for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has limp wrists, little girly hands.
Just like these.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you beat him.
Yeah, it was fun beating everybody.
How about Toddzilla and Ron Bath? How were they?
Good. I think Podzilla was kind of like more struggle than the other guy. I always forget his name. That's weird.
Ron?
Yeah, Ron.
Yeah. So Todd was harder to beat than Ron?
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, Ron's getting old. Yeah. He's a big guy though.
Yeah. I even arm wrestled one of the photographers, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which one?
Um hold on. What? All Alex Top Roll.
Oh, he's a nice guy too. Did you beat him?
Yeah.
Of course. He was probably easy, huh?
Yeah, he was really extra 2 week. Like
Yeah.
really 2 weeks.
Because he sells all those handles, but he doesn't use them.
Yeah,
He
like
has to train more.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think what my favorite thing was to like work my arms was probably the thing that you pull back and like you put the little knobby thing into different weights and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
probably went to 80 or something.
Oh, I bet you did that easy.
And who I trained with is Ice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Black Ice?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's
Mm.
strong too, but you probably beat him easy too, huh?
Yeah, I didn't arm wrestle him though.
No. Well, he probably didn't want to. He's probably ducking you, you know? He didn't
Yeah,
want to be he didn't want to be
he
embarrassed.
yeah, he's waiting to get stronger, but little does he know he's never going to win.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think so either. He has a weak wrist too.
Yeah.
Was there anybody else you arm wrestled there?
Um there's so many people that I arm wrestled I can't remember.
Yeah. Plus you're not gonna remember the guys that are nobodies, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're all weak.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to have you on, and that's why I asked your dad if I could do an interview because everybody remembers you from that practice and how strong you were. So I thought it would be good to have you on.
Yeah. Imagine if I did an interview with Travis.
Yeah, maybe next time I'll see if he'll come on, and then we'll have you on.
That's very I'm just imagining what that would be like.
Yeah, I could use you to get to Travis
Yes.
because you know all these guys, you know, and you're
You could
famous.
you could use me for Godzilla. You could probably use me for all the guys.
Oh yeah, I'll
Yeah.
tell them that you want them on my show, and then they have to come.
Yep.
You know, they'll be afraid to say no.
Because if they say no, I will come there and break their arm.
Whoa, I bet you would too. I bet you would. Do you have any advice for new people that are new in the sport?
Um,
Like some exercises they should do, or should they go to practice more, or what?
I think Travis needs to practice some more.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, especially without cheating.
Yeah. Well, that's the only way he wins, especially against someone as strong as you.
Yeah.
He has very frail hands.
He looks strong, but he's weak inside.
Yeah. Yeah, on the outside he looks strong, but he's emotionally on the inside he's like a little crying kitten,
Yeah.
scared of everything, you know?
Want to always chase things like mouses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine if he arm wrestled with the mouse.
Oh, the mouse would win.
Yeah. Or maybe if the mouse won, Travis would just eat him.
Probably. Yeah. That's probably all he does is just eat all day.
Yeah.
He doesn't train. He just sits
Yeah,
around.
maybe his food makes him stronger. Well, looks stronger, but he's weak on the inside.
Yeah. Emotionally weak. Like he probably He probably sits in the closet all curled up and cries at night.
Yeah, like I never want to go practice again because I'm scared if Cali beats me.
That's right. That's right. He probably thinks about that. Like he probably has nightmares about it.
Yeah, like he just sleeping and imagining like me just breaking his arm like
Yeah.
boop.
Yeah. I'm sure that's all he thinks about ever since that match.
Yeah.
He's not online that often anymore. He's not on social media. Like he just kind of disappeared after your match with him.
Yeah, because he was like, I better take down all my videos so her doesn't see that I am not good at arm wrestling, so whoever
That's right.
beats me.
Yeah. I mean, after you beat him, nobody wants to train with him anymore because they saw that how easily you took him out.
Yeah, it's like, he's too weak. I'll arm wrestle someone stronger.
Yeah. Do you think there's anyone stronger than him?
Hold on. Dad, what is that guy like to arm wrestle? Maybe I think maybe Zach is stronger.
Yeah, probably. I mean, everyone's stronger than Travis.
Yeah, but it would be cool to see a match versus Travis and Zach. That would be cool to
Yeah.
see because Travis is very strong and Zach is very strong. So that would be a cool match to see.
Yeah. Do you beat Zach too?
Yeah, my dad beat Zach.
Yeah. Do you beat him too?
I didn't arm wrestle him.
Oh, he's probably scared then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And no one wanted to bet on my dad because he was too strong.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no one wanted to bet against him.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's cool that your dad is letting you be in the sport at such a young age and getting to meet all these people.
Yeah, I think it's good to start off at a young age because then you can grow up to be like really strong if you practice when you're young.
Yeah.
So you can get muscles and then grow more big muscles. So that's
Yeah.
why I started so early.
Plus, you're the future Sarah Backman, right? Yeah, I could see that. What would you say to her right now if she was watching?
I don't really know.
Would you tell her that you're coming for her?
Yes, I would say I'm hunting you down.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure she'll watch this and she'll probably be scared too.
Yeah.
You know, nobody wants to lose to the newest, strongest person.
Yeah, and you know who that is? This guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thanks for talking with me.
Welcome.
Did you have fun?
Hmm.
Do you think you're going to arm wrestle for a very long time and continue with it?
Probably.
That's good. You all done? Well, thank you.
Welcome.
Oh, thank you. All right. Hope you got all the insight there.
Oh, dude, wait till you rewatch this. That was
I couldn't
great.
hear what you were saying, but I could hear her responses.
Oh, dude, I'm pretty sure if Travis watches this, he's gonna kick the shit out of me.
I said, she was like, she said, what's the name of that guy you arm wrestled here? I was like, Zach. She's like, yeah, I want to see Zach versus Travis. I was like, you remember I beat Zach, right? Like, I want to see Daddy versus Travis.
Yeah.
Travis
That's
would
funny.
smash me. I've shook his hand and we've taken a picture together, and I mean, he don't weigh 320, like I'm 320 pounds, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm fat, right? But you know, we're similar in build, but again, he's in much better shape than I am.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, I mean,
Plus, there's a
he's a
difference
stud.
between,
He's a
like,
stud. There's nothing about it.
Travis off season and then when Travis is training for.
It don't matter. I mean, to
You
us,
know what I
it don't
mean?
matter. It don't matter to us.
No,
You know?
not to you guys. I just mean There's a different.
We
There's a
could sneak up on
difference.
Travis while he's sleeping, and he might wake up before we get to pin him and beat us.
Yeah.
Tell me if you want me to talk.
Okay.
It's just funny that like the difference in like when you're not training for something, like like
Mhm.
he's even said it, like when he's on and he's training, like he's a whole different animal.
I
You know?
mean,
You can't judge
any
him.
real athlete, and it don't matter the sport, knows what he's talking about. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
there's I mean, I play college football, and I'm not even I was 1AA, so I was not like Alabama or anything like that. But there's
Yeah.
in season and there's out of season, right? Like
Right,
out of season, I ballooned up. I put on 30 pounds. Like I was on a diet almost every year coming back to playing football, and I had to weigh in, every Saturday or every Friday morning, to keep losing weight to get back to practice weight. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what it is, like. And I'm not a big drinker, so I love food. That's my
Yeah.
problem. Like I like how
I
it
know.
tastes.
You and me
I like
both,
how it
buddy.
tastes.
Yeah.
I don't know what being hungry is. I just like I'm like that's gonna taste good. I'm gonna have some.
Yeah.
I'm not hungry. I just like
Right.
I'm gonna eat that.
I feel the same way, man. I'm not a big drinker either. It's all
Yeah.
like late night snacking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had milk and cookies before coming on here. Delicious.
Nice.
Delish.
Dude, I can't wait till you see that what just took place.
She's a character, man. She
Oh
loves
my
it.
God,
I
it's
seen
so
her over
funny.
here flexing and
Yeah. She wants
being a
to be the
character.
next Sarah Backman, dude.
I mean, she was super excited. So we put I forget what it was. We put some video up with her in it. And I mean, I think it was one of the practices at Morocco's, and
Yeah.
it got like 1,000 views somewhere or something like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, she was so excited because she could see like the comment section, like I was reading it to her, they were talking about her and stuff. So she was just
That's awesome.
out of her mind excited about it. And like Sarah Backman commented on the video.
Oh,
Levin
that's cool.
liked it, so she was just going nuts, man.
That's
She's
awesome.
Sarah was giving some encouragement to her and stuff. So yeah.
I hope they
Actually,
all
I met
watch this,
Sarah.
dude.
I met
She's
Sarah
mentioning it.
in Matthews, North Carolina, at the Carnage in January of this year. That's actually where I first met Zach and stuff. I pulled him. Oh, that's not where I first met him, but that's where I first pulled him. Was at that Carnage event, and then
That's cool.
Yeah, it was a great time. Josh Mack. I mean, you meet dudes from out of state that like I've never seen again, but I can't wait to run into him again. So Josh Mack actually won the event down there for my class. Can't wait to pull him again. Another tall top roller.
Yeah.
Matt Reed actually was the guy who knocked me out last, and I mean, he looked like he barely made our weight class. Like, if the weight class was 225, he was 226. You know, so
right.
And one of the strongest hands like that I've gripped up with today, to date, I guess we would say. But love to pull him again. I keep in contact with both those guys on Facebook. It's great, man.
Yeah.
So fantastic to like, James, the I know I'm gonna say his name wrong, but I always think it's Retardace, but I think it's something else, right? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I don't know.
So
I don't know either.
I feel terrible that I mispronounced his name, but he wrote a book, and I didn't know. Like, I read the book, and then I met the guy at Carnage, and I was just like, oh, cool. I don't know who you are. And then Devin, I think in one of his videos, was like, this guy even wrote a book on arm wrestling. I was like, wait a minute. I went back to it, and I was like, oh, no shit. Like, I met the author of the book that I read.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So, yeah, I'm sure it's on Amazon. It's like $3 or something. Like, go
check it out.
I mean, worth a read.
Yeah. Good $3.
You like it, you like it. Yeah, I mean,
dude, it's
you
like
help him directly, right? I mean, that $3 isn't going right to him, but
right. It's like, crazy. Like it's a big community, but it really is a small community. Like everybody knows. Like before I even started arm wrestling, just from being online in different groups and stuff, like people just assumed I arm wrestled, and I was making friends like all over the country.
Yeah.
And I hadn't even been to a practice.
I mean, I get friend requests from people in like Indonesia that arm wrestle, and I can't read anything on their profile, but I click on it and it's like pictures of them arm wrestling. I'm like, cool, you got it, man.
That's all that matters.
Except don't care. Yeah. So I mean, it's fantastic. Like
just seeing like those guys from other countries and everybody kind of pull together to get a table sent over to them. Like that just tells you.
That was crazy. I had nothing to do with that. Like I didn't even get to throw any money towards it or anything, but like that is awesome. I'm pretty sure Paul Lynn had a lot to do with that. And I mean, no surprise, right? Everyone talks about how great of a guy he is, and really I have nothing to say to the contrary about it. Like
I know if you see him, you would think like he's gonna be this pit bull. but he's more like a little kitten. You know, like he's such a nice guy.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
again, I think a lot of it has to do with like everybody got their ass kicked when they first started. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You might have had some run to begin with. Like I think Mike Aiello tells a story about he joined a tournament like his first time and like beat
Yeah.
everybody there or something, or Derek Smith or something like that. And it's like some of them type of dudes do exist, but guaranteed, 3 months later when they kept training it, they were getting stomped out by somebody that knew it.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, it makes you want to get to that next level.
Yeah.
Every time someone crushes me, I'm like, all right, I gotta get this guy, dude.
Yeah.
So then I train harder, or
Right.
I start
And
trying
that's what I
to
said.
figure them out.
I like pulling with everybody, I mean, I can't wait to hold Roger's hand, you know what I mean? I can't wait to do the same with Aaron,
His hands are real soft,
Yeah. I guess.
That's why when he does the porch exercise, he has to wear those
He
gloves.
has to wear the gloves.
Because he'll get splinters. Yeah.
Right, splinters.
Just kidding, bro.
Oh, Raj. That's funny. No, I mean, he's a good dude. I can't wait to pull him.
His wife's super nice too. Or fiance. I don't know if they're married yet.
I same with her. Like, I don't think I said 2 words to her at the practice, but like after Facebook and putting together, like, I think it's Jennifer Ann Timlin, I believe is her name.
Yeah.
And I mean, like she's fantastic, right? Like she sent some footage and put some footage up of Cali and took some pictures with her and Roger.
Dude, how supportive is she? You know what I mean? Like she's always there videoing him doing everything. Like,
hey, that's great.
That's awesome, dude.
Congratulations, Roger.
Yeah, that's so cool. My wife thinks I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I mean,
I
tell anybody that I arm wrestle and they're like,
seconds.
Like, no, really, but this, and this, and they're like, and I'm like, but let me tell you about this too.
Dude, my wife's always like, you're gonna break your arm. I'm gonna try not to, but
it's possible. But, I'm gonna do my best not to.
Right? Yeah, exactly. But it's funny, dude. Like, it's such a fun community.
I love it, man. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I mean, I wish I'd have got started younger too. That'd have been cool.
Yeah, me too.
I, like every other college athlete, probably thought I was going pro. I mean, so or at least hope to.
No, now you can go pro arm wrestling.
Yeah, I got a long way to go, but I mean, we're gonna put in the work. We're gonna see where it goes for sure.
That's good, man.
I mean, I just think about all the time. Like, imagine if all the people we know, me, Warren, Jacob, Roger. What if we're the next like 45-year-olds that are like, oh my God, these dudes are amazing. Like, it'd be cool to just be like, I met all those guys 15 years ago. I mean, that's when you hear like Travis, like, oh, I met John Brezink 25 years ago, and so like that'd be.
Dude, I could be interviewing the next big champ, and this will be their earliest interview.
I mean, I'm about like chicken and THC, so I don't think I'm gonna be sticking myself with the right stuff to be the champ. But I'm gonna have a good time, man. I'm gonna have a blast, and
that's good, man.
Just have a good time. That's
every time I see you or talk to you, you have good energy, and I always think we have a good time talking or chatting, and it's always fun, and
Yeah, I mean,
the way it should be.
You don't got to be addicted to compete. You just got to have a little bit of jerk in you.
Just got to troll a little.
Right.
Well, it's like any trade you're in or something. You just busting balls all day. It's the same thing basically.
Yeah.
You just gotta have thick skin and roll with it.
Right. I mean, you just gotta assume unless you have a personal problem with the guy, like they're not being serious.
Right. Yeah.
Like I didn't really know Zach that well, right? Like we had met at our second event. He helped referee at it. Then we had pulled in Carnage in January. And then one of the newer guys in our club was like, hey, I want to take a picture and put it up. So we did, and like Zach made a comment about like I look soft and he could take my hand. Not 1 second was I insulted by that. I was like, he's joking. And hey man, whenever you want to come to practice, we can make it happen.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
And that's exactly how that started. So
that's what makes it fun.
It is. It's a great time. And you can go to the Armed and Ready Facebook group and check out most of the memes, or go to my page. They're all on there.
I'll check it out, definitely.
There's some good ones.
Yeah. That's why I kind of came up with this little worst arm wrestler thing, because I'm like, dude, if someone beats me, it's like, yeah, you beat the worst arm wrestler. Who cares?
You should have.
Right. But if I win, it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like a win-win for me. So I just rolled with it.
I promise to always train and try and stay ahead of you then, because I don't want to get beat by the worst arm wrestler in the world.
I don't think you'll have any trouble doing that, dude. you can't win if you don't try. You know?
Yeah, well, I'm definitely gonna try.
Yeah. Not me, dude. I don't want to lose my status as
Yeah.
the worst arm wrestler in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you see the physical drive that one got, so it had to come from somewhere, right? Like
Yeah.
she don't like to lose. and-
Yeah, I can see that, dude.
yeah, she likes
That's
to
awesome.
win.
She must get that from you.
She's a little bit. She raced the boy across the street when we first moved in, and she lost. And the next like
Oh.
3 days, she spent out just like running the hills. And I
Yeah.
was just like, "What are you doing, girl?" And she's like, "I'm training to beat him next time." Like, I love you.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Like a
dude.
loss did not slow me down whatsoever. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna work harder. Like you got the right attitude.
Dude, she just trolled every top elite arm wrestler in the whole country. So
I heard her say something about breaking people's arms.
Yeah, I
we
was
don't
like,
want to
oh,
hurt people. We don't want to
yeah.
hurt people. That's number one, no.
oh man, that's great.
She's
I
wild.
hope some of that, like maybe someone shows one of them a clip of this so they could just laugh at the stuff she was saying.
Oh yeah. Well, when you
You
put it
know?
up, I'm definitely gonna tag Todd and
Yeah,
you
dude.
know
definitely.
Paul Lynn. You know, I'm friends with him on Facebook. So
Dude, she's telling me about how
Sarah
weak
Mackman.
they are and stuff. I'm like, oh, this is great.
Ron Bath. You know.
Yeah. I'm just egging her on, like, yeah, Travis.
Yeah,
Travis has a real limp wrist.
Yeah.
But it'll be good, dude.
Yeah, they're good dudes, man. I'm sure they'll at least like it. You know, probably get some comments on there. Hopefully, help blow you up again. You know,
Right.
they like her, man. I mean, they love it. Obviously, like young kids getting into it. Who doesn't like it? You know, and like she said, Alex. I'm sorry, I don't know his real last name, but Alex Toproll from the Schoolboy channel.
I can't pronounce
she was
it.
talking about. Yeah, I think it's like Bull. I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he didn't do that on camera or anything. Like when we got to Morocco's, I was like, all right, Cali, here's the deal, right? Like daddy's here to practice too. Go away. You know, what I mean? She definitely rolled around with her little stool and was just like, you want to arm wrestle? You want to arm wrestle? And it was perfect, right? Like again, haven't met one jerk there at all. So I kept my eye on her.
She arm wrestled more people than you did.
She did. And she was less sore. I don't understand it. But you know, I kept my eye on her, of course. But I came inside, you know, after I got off one of the tables and I had seen her go into arm wrestle. So I came in and there's her and Alex. And I mean, she's literally like, well, what if I do this? And he's like, no, do it this way.
That's awesome.
And I mean, you know, there's nobody down there. It was like him, her, and like 5 other arm wrestlers. You know, everybody else was outside.
Yeah.
But he's just taking the time to like talk with her and educate her and stuff.
That's awesome, dude.
You know, that dude would kick my ass. You know what I mean? And I'm twice his size, but it's awesome.
He steamrolled right through me like I was like I was nobody.
Yeah, I mean, she's gotten more knowledge from the pros than I have because you know, I'm just more starstruck. Like it's so awesome to see a pro. You know, and she's just like, how do I pull back harder?
Yeah, right. She doesn't have a gauge of like who these guys are yet.
Yeah,
but she will one day.
She will. She knows who Sarah Backman is. You know,
That's cool.
She was super jelly that I got to meet her down at Carnage.
Yeah,
and you know, she hopes to meet her one day for sure.
That's cool. I'm sure she will, dude. I'm sure of it.
They hold that Carnage event again. We'll be there. I mean, like that's one of the things I'd like to try and do. So if I'm going to make it to an event, right, I'm going to try and make it to that event every year. So
that's cool.
They hold Carnage. I'll be there, you know, and that's really the only event that I've participated in other than the ones that we host, you know, so. But I'll make it to that one, and then eventually I'll start making it out to some other ones as well. But I want to be competitive too, not just like a big guy that showed up and beat 1 or 2 people. You know, I want to.
How often do you throw
maybe
your
lose in the finals? I've held 2 so far. We're throwing another one in January, but again, it's been about a year basically to hold 3 events. So you know, what, every 4 months maybe we'll say on average.
That's cool.
You know, again, this will be my 3rd one, and I try to give a different event name for every place. So like when we did them at Buckets, it was the Battle of Arms. So Battle of Arms is specifically their title. So when I hold an event at another bar, it's Armageddon or something like that. It's not Battle of Arms. So
if you hear Armageddon, you start to know where that's going to be.
Right. So Armageddon 7 is going to be where Armageddon 1 was, you know. So that's my goal. I mean,
makes sense.
Small town, bars change names, stuff like that, but you know, that's what I'm trying to do, at least for the young kids. I mean, it's fun to come out and see all them arm wrestle. I mean, Nico Loomer, for example, came out and won the super heavyweight division at our 2nd event at Left Hand. You know what I mean? Like, great for him. He's 180 pounds, maybe. You know, so
That's neat.
Like great for
Yeah.
him, you know, come out, everybody had a good time, you know, had some food and stuff. And again, you make those friendships now. Where Nico was here when we pulled Zach, he came up to practice, you know, Jacob was here, he was the ref. You know, we have
He's
just,
a shady ref.
yeah, I mean, Zach thinks so, but you know,
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with it.
That was great. No, Jacob's good, dude.
Yeah.
He can take a beating because you
Yeah.
know, he likes to
I've
joke
messaged
around.
him a couple times, like, is Zach like really sour? Like, is he really like upset about your reffing? And he's like, no, he's just goofing. I'm like, okay, cool, because you know, I legit didn't think it was that lopsided.
Yeah,
You know?
but you never know. You know? Yeah.
I mean, I think we kind of settled in the after pool. Like, it kind of didn't really matter where we was starting that day. You know, I was the man that day.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
So it's a good time.
Yeah. Dude, I'm glad we got to chat, man.
Yeah, great time.
You know?
Great time.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on, man. Have
Dude,
a
thank
wonderful
you.
evening. Keep this going,
I
man. I love
appreciate it.
watching it. It's a blast.
I know it's fun. It's just, you know, I hope more people start to check it out. And I think I'm gonna start interviewing like people like further south and out west, so that it can spread out a little and not just be like Pennsylvania and the surrounding states.
Pennsylvania
you know?
and Maryland. Yeah. Hey, I mean, that's a place to start though, right? Like if that's the people you're interviewing, that's the people you know the most, that's the people who are going to support you the most, right? So
exactly.
You know, like when we get off of here, I mentioned O'Gannigan's. I'm gonna go tag them. That's a bar up the road. You know what I mean? I'll tag Buckets. I'll tag all of them just so we can try and get this spread.
Cool, man. I appreciate it, dude.
Yeah, man. I want
It's
people
such
to
a
see
good
my
time.
face and my daughter.
Yeah, and hopefully, you know, maybe someone will see it and then want to go to your tournament. You know?
Yeah. I mean, you know, hopefully I can help some other people make some money. I mean, you know, doing tournaments and stuff like that's a good way to make a couple dollars for your club, and you're really not doing anything but what you want to do anyway. You know, you don't have to be some major pro. I showed up at one table and an idea. We took a computer and hooked up to a TV and made it happen.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Well, congratulations on everything, and hopefully, you know, it'll be fun to follow you and watch you grow and kick some ass. You know?
Hopefully, man. Well, you got subscriptions from all my channels too, brother. So we're gonna be here watching.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Have a good night, man.
You too. Later. Take care. Bye.
Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna.